Durkin did. I mean, what was there anything wrong other than his defense having their worst game with Durkin in game one as interim head coach?
It's easy to look at and compare with what all has gone wrong earlier in the year, and you don't want to. This show is not going to go personal on anyone ever. But I think that when you can see a difference in which you have to, and maybe that's not normally his style, and I'm drawing this out, but I thought you saw a difference in energy from the head coaching spot, just whether it was good or bad. It was always high energy. It's okay, move on. Every time the camera showed him, obviously I don't have a little box on my. I think I'm testing out Fubo now. I don't have a little box.
Don't get started with
on
that.
my on my screen where I can see him the whole time. But every time the camera cut to him, it just was high energy and a resolve to move on. Something that is resemblant of his unit that you saw all year, I think, and I'm hoping that trickled over to the rest of the team. You have to have that in a coaching change. So maybe that's not normally his thing, but I thought he did a great job of bringing them together. The video clips and everything I've read from and watched of his press conferences this week tells me that he has the right mentality with this team of getting them to the end of the season, whatever that looks like. Yeah. And I just that post-game presser and then the post-game speech in the locker room they put out yesterday. That's what you want out of a leader in a trying time like this. And I thought that he's done a good job of making sure they stayed rallied together. He mentioned it, so I feel like I can say it, but as you know, in this era that there are guys who are trying to figure out what their next step is in their next location and people trying to get them to come there. You don't put on a performance like that and stay in it with a potential playoff team without blocking some of that out and staying together. So I'm a big fan of what I've seen so far. I love that they have a bye week, not for Mercer, but a bye week to kind of, hey, let's reset. Now let's take a breath. Let's see what we can do going into it. Let's plan for Mercer. Let's plan for Alabama. I think it just overall gives a renewed hope to this fan base to see that kind of resolve. And I think once again, you're going to see Jordan-Hare packed out for 2 more games for this team and give them every chance they can.
I'm someone who's a fan of continuity, and if ultimately that's where we end up, DJ Durkin is given the opportunity to be the head coach. We were so early in this game, folks, so don't read too much into this. What I saw in this game is a big leap forward in making me feel comfortable with that move.
I would agree.
It is one game, though. One game. So if you're still, just dismissing him because of the past, you're wrong. If you're saying he's the guy off one game, you're wrong.
Agreed.
We're talking about a spectrum here. I think you and I both agree we were moved into the positive. If we were neutral on this, we were moved into the positive side of this. So I'm going to ask you this part, and we'll do another small, quick thing at the end there. Did he move himself into the leading position for head coach for Auburn football based off no information that you know or may or may not know, just feelings, gut? Did he move himself into the lead position? Just with this performance?
Yeah, that's really hard. I think like we said last week, like he's the only one that's going to get the audition, right? Like an audition with Auburn. And so in that sense, is he already kind of in the lead? Maybe. I think no matter what, this helps his case by being able to show if this team comes out and they lose 30-0 in Nashville, I mean, like you say, you don't want to dismiss him because the guy had 5 days to prepare everything. But to show that kind of resolve, I don't really think for those making this decision, a lot of people are going to be upset by what I'm about to say, but the scoreboard almost doesn't even matter when you see that a team can come together like that under that leadership. And so for that reason, I think it has to move his needle into a position that gives him a really good chance if he wants it.
Right. And here's the thing. We acknowledge that he has the leading position just by the sense that he has in the working audition right now. But now I feel that this has become not just by default because you're the interim head coach. This legitimized it, if nothing else. So maybe if we can't say it moves the needle officially into the positive, like he's the lead position now, this at least legitimized it in 1 week. Like as we said in the Kentucky game, sometimes it's not how you win or lose. It's not the win or the loss. It's how you won or you lost.